September 2023. In this talk video, I'll be talking about the first 3 chapters of the Beyblade Extreme manga. Now, at this time, I technically could throw in chapter 4 if I really wanted to, but I will ultimately make up my mind a little later in the video. Also, due to rampant copyright strikes, I will not show you any of the manga pages. Japanese laws are known for being notoriously anal when it comes down to copyrighted content. The front covers and maybe a panel here and there, and that is it. Chapter 1. So right at the front, you have the 3 protagonists looking bright, happy, and ready for adventure. Well, I do not know what kind of expression X Kudosu has, but his body language quite obviously reveals a confident, battle-ready vibe. We have 5 other guys in the background which all look mean except for the black-haired boy who looks like a nervous rookie. LOL. The art style is very nice, and yes, I know many people have been saying this, but this generation's art style is truly a step up from Beyblade Burst. That is highly subjective to say, but to me, it certainly is. The characters look better and have more depth to them. First few pages in and wow, it gets harsh real fast. You have your boy, Bird Kazami, go into the X Tower all confident after 1 month of training with his Beyblade Strike Hawk. His opponent not only brags about training for 10 years, but literally crushes his beloved Beyblade with vice grips. Ouch! Crushing both his spirit and his Beyblade at once. But wait, the savagery does not stop there. His friends disband him because they believe that neither he or they have what it takes to become professional bladers. As you would expect, this causes Bird to sit down depressed and think about things. Thoughts about how blading back in the day was more fun and how there was less pressure. Well, Bird, turns out that you did not have good friends in the first place, because if you did, they would have stuck with you through thick and thin. And there really is a real life lesson to be learned from that too. If those guys were willing to ditch him over something as trivial as competitive battle tops, what would they have done in a more serious situation? Certainly not the kind of friends in it for the long haul. Luckily for Bird, a professional blader called Common X comes by to talk to him. This hilariously startles him. If I were sitting down deep in my thoughts and then somebody just came up with me with a big goofy X-toting helmet, I would totally jump too! Kudos to the artist Posuka Demizu for diligently incorporating the extra details like the reflection of Bird's startled face on Common X's helmet. Common X tells him that he saw the scene of his loss, his friends ditching him and all, much to Bird's embarrassment. Common X convinces Bird that he must partner up with him to become a professional. However, I learned real soon that though Bird may be a rookie, he is not afraid to question you about your authenticity and things. Him face palming at Common X after telling him that his title X is a secret showcases this. Now after some dialogue about Beyblades, the two go to face off against Team Phalanx. Bird warns Common not to fight them because they are dangerous, but little does Bird know that Common is an absolute pro. The Phalanx members reminded Bird of how weak he is and that he should never touch a Beyblade again. They even proudly said that they crushed Beyblade dreams to eliminate the weeds and seek out strong bladers. Damn! It is one thing to look down on people and call them weeds, but to crush personal possessions that do not belong to them and brag about crushing dreams is a special type of evil. I am surprised that they have not been reported to the authorities for repeated destruction of personal possessions. It is okay to be weak. It is okay not to have talent. The real winner is the one who had fun, right? This quote is a reminder that it is important not to take your sport so seriously that you forget to have fun. You, of course, do need to be serious and eventually get stronger, but must not forget to have fun in the process and maintain good sportsmanship throughout. So, I now know the Phalanx members' names. The Dreadlocks guy is Genri Sayo with Iron Forest, the spike-eared guy is Takumi Ishiyama with Stone Mont Blanc, and the guy with the mohawk is Badiki Jinai with Diamond Nuts. Get it? He has testicles made of diamonds! Wow, I bet his wife must enjoy fondling those shiny diamond testicles of his. Common faces off with Genri, defeats him, and then Takumi asks him to hand over his Beyblade so he can destroy it. Remember the saying about a kingdom being unable to stand if it is divided against itself? This makes you wonder, how can this team remain functional if they insist on crushing their Beyblades after a loss? Despite all the tough talking and scare tactics they try to sow into Common, he is not afraid at all. Bird gets bad flashbacks, but then begins to focus on Common's words of positivity and fun, which causes him to say this in his mind: because you're enjoying it, you can become stronger. Exactly the mentality you need to get better at a lot of things. Now after the match, it is unknown what happens to Takumi's Stone Mont Blanc. Common poking fun at Bird being confidently incorrect about Common himself being Chrome Yu-Gi-Oh! Is worth a hilarious mention because this is not the first time Bird has been confidently incorrect, as he was confidently incorrect about Common's Drawn Sword 360 flat being a fake imitation. So can I say that Bird is very quick to question people? Yes, he is very doubtful and skeptical, confidently incorrect at times, yet insecure all at the same time. time? Too early to say, but he is certainly a mouthy one. In my second talk video I've done on Beyblade Extreme, I did make a prediction about him being possibly loud, and it looks like that one was true. LOL. Now after the helmet comes off, Bird recognizes him as X Kudosu. So when he's wearing the helmet, he is common X, but when the helmet is off, he is X Kudosu. If I'm looking at this correctly, this reminds me of Hannah Montana with the dual persona theme. After Kudosu's reveal, Bird reasonably questions him about why he left Team Pendragon. He then questions him in his mind about what would happen if Kudosu's plan to climb to the top again under the disguise of common X does not work out. And yeah, that is certainly a good question. Kudosu X leaving his team to restart is analogous to a professional gamer resetting the video game file to play through the game again, but to reach the top in a different way. All in all, I can certainly say that this storyline is looking very interesting. A professional under disguise and the skeptical but loudmouth rookie. X Kudosu is already my favorite character because of the way his Beyblade and the character himself looks, but his personality makes me like this character even more. He saw value in rookie Bird, encouraged him to have fun and not give up blading, and fearlessly stood up to the bullies' rough talking. It will be interesting to see the challenges they will face, the people they will meet, and the places they will go. Beyblade Extreme is looking promising, and Chapter 1 has certainly given me a good first impression. Will it actually stay that way though? It would be nice if this generation of Beyblade can manage to have both a solid product line and solid storyline. Something that Beyblade Burst sorely lacked. Admittedly, I've never read any of the Burst mangas because I entered this series too late, so I only watched most of Dynamite Battle and disliked it for its very weak, watered down storyline. The Dynamite Battle product line, however, was very good, big and colorful. With Beyblade X bringing back Metal Contact, the product line will be epic. Even if the storyline goes to crap, I believe that the product line will remain solid throughout the course of Beyblade Extreme's duration. Chapter 2 Will Team Jerk. A little nickname I have given Team Phalanx crush any more Beyblades. Will Team Pendragon get a third new member? What will Team Persona accomplish this chapter? Lots of questions that shall be answered. Now despite Maduchi appearing on the front of Chapter 1, she did not debut within it. She does in Chapter 2, and she is looking a little mysterious. You have your boys confidentially shooting their Beyblades while she is there looking kind of crouched, sporting her two Beyblades, Night Shield 380 Needle and Wizard Arrow 480 Ball. So, the first couple pages in, and I'm loving this yet again. Starts off as a bright sunny day with X Kudosu telling Bird how Beyblade battles are great in all sorts of weather conditions. Though comically, it seems as though he glossed over thunderstorms. Bet he did not think of that one. They have to battle, but Bird is rightfully annoyed for not having a Beyblade to play with due to that destructive jerk named Takumi who crushed the poor boy's spirit and toy. Very mean and dark. But just as the two are talking, Maduchi Nanaido shows up and offers to give Bird a Beyblade. Guess how you responded? If you said that he questioned her and I was skeptical, you are absolutely correct. But the questioning and skepticism does not stop there. Even after choosing Hellside 460 Taper, he questions himself why he chose this one and whether or not it's really okay for him to have him. Yeah, this boy clearly has some self-esteem issues despite being so confidently incorrect and loudmouth at times. Now where things get funny is when Maduchi shows up at one of the matches but in her dress and cat ears. You see all the fans fanboying and fangirling over how cute and popular she is, which was totally expected. From day one when I saw her design, I knew she had to be an e-girl. What the manga confirms is that she has over 1 million followers on her social media accounts, so wow, what a popular girl. It is one thing for the fans to admire and praise her, but when Common X called her cute and two hearts came out of his helmet, it made me laugh out loud. I was wondering whether people would ship her with Bird or Common X, and now after this scene, it seems like Common X times Maduchi pairings are going to be more popular. Or will they? And no, I am not rooting for them to become a couple because I do not know how much chemistry they have at this time. If they do, cool. If not, also cool. Some people want romance in Beyblade. Some people do not want romance in Beyblade. I am personally indifferent to it. Just do not expect any sex scenes because Beyblade is rated E for everyone. You already knew that. Anyways, the battles. As the part when Bird realizes that Multi was willingly giving him a Beyblade just so he could lose to her advantage for fame, strongly reminds me of how Ilya Mao manipulated her opponents into a humiliating loss for her own advantage and fame. Wowzers! These cat-eared Beyblade girls are very sneaky and dangerous. Maduchi even went on to tell Bird and Common that she has researched him before fighting so she can use the Beyblade with the right type advantage for that fight. It is here where we learn that she does indeed have a dual persona. The cutesy cat girl girl and the cool tall hat girl. Very interesting. This dual persona strategy has Bird very concerned for his teammate, but Common, being the confident cool guy he is, tells him not to worry about a thing. Common wins, Bird is very happy, and then there's a panel with Manucci crying loudly like a spoiled brat, which made me laugh out loud when I saw it. I thought she would have handled that loss more gracefully than that, given how cool and exalted she made herself appear, but nope! Even rookie Bird was confused about how she went from cute to cool and then crying like a child. LOL. She really wanted to win that battle so she can impress her fans and look cool, but things cannot always go the way you want. Common then approaches her, which concerns Bird because he is skeptical of her. He thinks she is weird or something. Can you blame him? Common does it anyway, and as he lifts his helmet to reveal himself, this once again confirms that he recognizes X Kudosu with it off and Common X with it on. This makes Manucci feel better about the loss when she realizes that she went up against the man who reached the top of the X Tower. She restores her cool and offers her awesome power to the team. Common is happy to have her, while Bird is like, some interesting people have become my teammates. Yeah, you are damn right about that one, Bird. Both of your teammates have dual persona, albeit with some critical differences. Everybody, or at least all of the Manucci fangirls and boys, are aware that she sports two outfits. People only recognize Common and Kudosu are the same person if they catch him with the helmet off. So yes, he is going to have to be careful to not let certain people catch him with it off. Will Bird get stronger, or will he be the punching bag of the team? I hope he does get some good character development, but keeps the funny skepticism and defensiveness. Manucci joining the team means that Team Persona is now a complete team of 3. Chapter 3. Right from the cover, you can tell that Manucci Nanaido will have a big role in this chapter. Not only is she proudly and smugly launching Beyblades in front of her team, but you even see text stating Rainbow Showtime to confirm that. So the first pages begin with Team Persona having some food together because Bird wants to celebrate that they are going professional. However, Multi does not seem amused because she thinks that she cannot be professional without a sponsor. Bird is confused by that, so she explains how sponsorships works. She seems sad about it, but then X Kudosu finds a sponsorship on his phone, so they head to the building tomorrow for the interview. Yeah, this is pretty interesting, I must say. Now, I must admit that I read some spoilers in advance, so I already know, and you already know too, because you have long read chapter 3 before even watching this video, that Bird will lose to whoever he faces in this chapter. I am also totally aware that this is the chapter where both Nightland's 480 high needle and Shark Edge 360 low flat debut. Chocolate banana sushi sounds appetizing or gross. If you ask me, that sounds hella gross. Chocolate bananas though, delicious. Wait a second, upon researching this, I learned that it does not actually contain fish, so when I read the line about Common X praising and shaking President Taisho for inventing a special version of that, I can now see why someone would enjoy that. Oh yeah, after 3 chapters now, I have also learned that Common X loves to eat. So, he is both a foodie and a blader. Interesting. Now, President Taisho originally wanted to be a professional blader back in his day, but when he inherited his restaurant, he did not have the time to do so. By becoming a sponsorship for bladers, he can make their dreams come true. So he basically makes his dream come true by watching others' dream come true. Pretty nice if you ask me. However, things get both interesting and creepy when Taisho points out that X Kudosu cannot participate in the tests because he has already climbed to the top. Yes, that is right. He recognizes him under his mask because he had Meiko Maiden follow him home for the last few days. Yeah, that is really creepy. The way some of these people study their opponents is really invasive. It seems like everyone seems to be watching everyone in some way or another in the Beyblade Extreme universe. Dear oh dear, I would feel really unnerved in a universe like that. First, it was X Kudosu who thoroughly observed the whole scene of Bird losing the battle, then losing his friends. Then it was Manucci who thoroughly researched Kudosu and Bird before battling. And now Taisho who used Meiko to spam Kudosu. Like, wow man, Q, them a watch me, them a watch me, them a watch me, oh them a watch me. If you know this reference, then congratulations. You're now gonna know whenever people there watch you so you can hide from them nosy eyes. So, as mentioned earlier, Bird loses to Meiko's Shark Edge 360 low flat. Totally not surprising, but things get interesting when it comes time for Meiko to face Manucci. Meiko tells Manucci that she analyzed the footage of her battles with Bird and X Kudosu to try and intimidate her. However, Manucci cleverly thwarts this by pulling out a Beyblade never seen yet, Nightland's 480 high needle, a very smart and calculated move. Meiko has never seen her perform, so she would not be familiar with how to take her down. Not only did Manucci defeat Meiko, she even went as far during the match to say that it is time for shark hunting, and she did it. She knocked the shark lady out. The result? Team Persona, sponsored by Komabazushi, will be entering X Tower. Awesome! I'm happy for them. And you know, I'm glad that they did not let X Kudosu participate, because I was kind of concerned about the storyline getting potentially stale with X Kudosu being involved in and winning every battle. As strong as he is, he should lose now and then to keep things interesting. As for Manucci, some people are speculating that she is going to own a total of 7 Beyblades with at least one of each type: attack, defense, stamina, and balance. Seeing as though her surname, Nanaido, literally means 7 colors, I would say that this theory could very likely become a reality. Chapter 4, because why the hell not? Since I put this together in September 2023, at the time Chapter 4 came out, might as well include it. So, right on the front cover, we can see the new team that will debut in Chapter 4. Team Organic Zuganic. I know, that is not actually their name, but man, would it be so damn hilarious if it were! The first 6 pages confirmed something really interesting. Chrome Ryugu is the owner of Cobalt Drake 460 Flat. Since these scenes were flashback scenes, people are speculating that we might get a release of a normal colored Drake in December. Either that, or a left spinning Beyblade. During those flashback scenes, Common X and Chrome battle with their respective Beyblades, but the scenes predictably cut off before we got to see who won. Probably Common X, since Chrome confidently expects to fight him again in a waste that day. So yeah, he probably lost and wants to rematch him with a different Beyblade by the time Common X gets to the top of the tower again. There is a panel where Bird hilariously cries tears of joy before entering the building because he is so happy to get his wings clipped again. Yeah, I am totally poking fun at him. Being the excitable guy he is, he wants to dive right into battles, but his teammates explain that he cannot just dive right into fights at the amateur level. However, because there are lots of people on floor one they can match with, it does not take long for them to find people. Amaduchi loves to call people lame. First, it was Bird for being bird-brained a lot, and then when Common X started acting awkward after talking to Chrome, she is like, the number of lame people just went up. As we all know, Common X does not want people knowing that he knows Chrome and was once at the top, so he reacted this way when he felt he was nearly about to spill his details between him and Chrome. Team Persona has some spare time, so the team watches a battle between Takumi Ishiyama with his Storm Mont Blanc and King with his Leon Claw 560 point. A bit of a disappointment, Leon Claw did not turn to be dual spin as some rumors suggested, but as some said, it would have been too early for a dual spin. But what is that supposed to mean anyways? Like, does there need to be an ultra specific time for less spinners and dual spinners to come out? Bucking a trend to make them come out earlier would have been real nice. But anyways, the Lion Boy defeats Takumi, and Team Persona is then matched with Team Zuganic Organic. King hilariously sniffs Bird, which understandably weirds him out. Like, I mean, what the hell, man? This Lion Boy really is an animal in a human body. He even has freaking fangs! So there you have it. Beyblade has honored the long-time tradition of making characters with cat traits yet again. King tells Bird that he smells like a weakling. Oh, dry! But he does not stop there. He even tells him that a lion will have to use all of his strength even when hunting a rabbit. So you know what that means? When Bird and King face off in a future chapter, he is going to be in for one savage challenge. Yes, oh yes. That match will be interesting for sure. He does not end up battling him this chapter because he is too nervous, so Maduchi ends up going first. And yeah, Maduchi gone furry this chapter. LOL! Not only does she switch to a costume with fox ears, but she even has a freaking bushy tail dangling from her back. So yeah, we have 2 furries in Beyblade Extreme already, King and Maduchi. Oh yes, and when Bird saw that, he was like, whoa, the fox ears are so cute, with a heart. Wow man, so first, it was X Kudosu, and now you too, Bird? This furry e-girl sure knows how to capture fans' hearts. No wonder she is so snooty. Now the final pages of chapter 4, pages 28 to 31 are where things get extremely interesting. Maduchi is matched against Togudo Okunaga. Togudo tells Maduchi that he watched her amateur matches, how she is very adept at using different Beyblades, and it is an amazing skill. Sounds sweet? No! This man is a sly, cunning snake, and the rings in his iris surrounding his slit pupils most intentionally gives you very uneasy feelings about his sly character. You see, he went on to further say that his Beyblade, Viper Tail, is a stamina type that is unable to win against attack types, and that she should go ahead with using an attack type so long as she does not feel ashamed about winning battles in her favor. Oh, the mood is definitely intense. So much so that Bird said, what is up with that provocation? You could argue that this move is ingenious or straight up gaslighting. If you ask me, I would say that while this move was psychologically manipulative, it is also the truth in this case. Maduchi really did give Bird Hell's Scythe 460 taper so he could lose to her and be humiliated for her gain. But that said, Maduchi also could have been like, yeah, whatever sleazy snake dude, I'm going to use an attack type anyway and you can go crying in a corner about not having the right type. However, she does not. She decides to play on equal terms and uses her wizard arrow 480 ball. This naturally causes Bird to ask why she would just take the snake man's base like that. She responds by telling him that simply winning is not good enough and that we must overwhelm opponents with all of our strength. Okay then? Always using a type advantage is cheap, I guess, but do you really think she really should have played on equal terms here? One thing is certain, it will make the match more interesting since there is no type advantage to make predictions easy. However, having the type advantage does not guarantee victory in the Extreme Stadium. In Chapter 2, we have seen this. And let us not forget reality, where we have seen the type that does not have the advantage still win sometimes. So if Snake Man loses, that is going to be extra humiliating on his behalf for manipulating her into using the same type but still losing anyways. So that is Chapter 4, but I certainly have some additional comments. The people in the Beyblade Extreme universe watch each other like hawks. I have said something like that for Chapter 3, but Chapter 4 certainly continues to prove this point. There was also a fair bit of slit-eyed people. Chrome, King, and now Togudo. Actually, the characters in general in this series have some really interesting eyes, with X Kudosu having blue gears in his black iris, Maduchi a rainbow in her iris, Verda diamond in his iris, and Chrome who has 3 triangles in his iris. Meiko Maiden might have bubbles in her iris, but until we get a higher resolution close-up of her eyes, I cannot be 100% certain if those are truly bubbles or not. Maduchi's attack type Beyblade. If she decided not to play into Tokudo's snake tactics, we would have seen her attack type sooner. So yes, that pretty much confirms that she will have at least one Beyblade of every type. If her attack type Beyblade does end up having a Fox theme, then that should make for an interesting match for those of us that have Kalido Fox. And also lethal, as Kalido Fox's weight and attack power will likely damage a little Beyblade. For those that do not know, Kalido Fox is a Fox theme attack type Infinity Naruto from the season 3 of that series. So if we do get a Fox themed attack type from Beyblade, then that will be super neat. Crossover battle of the Fox girls. Now, who do I think will win? Gosh, I do not know, man. As I previously mentioned, if Maduchi wins, it will make Snake Man look extra stupid for losing even when both opponents were using the same type. As for King and Bird, come on, is this even a prediction? Bird is going to be cat food for the lion. But wait, what if Bird is pitted against the Rhinoceros Girl? After all, it is not absolutely confirmed that Bird is going against King. Speaking of the Rhinoceros Girl, it seems like we will see her Beyblade in November. Wait, is that really a girl though? Could end up being a guy. In fact, I initially even referred to this Rhinoceros Blader as a he on social media. However, after reading Chapter 4 and seeing more poses of this character, this Blader seems to be most likely female. I'll refer to the Rhinoceros Blader as a she, unless I find out that she really was a he after all. LOL. Perhaps we may also see Maduchi's attack type Beyblade debut in November as well. Now for my thoughts on all 4 chapters thus far. Good, though I wish that they did not make Chrome's Beyblade almost impossible to get if you live outside Japan. Thinking about forwarding it from Japan Mercari, take a look at this screenshot I took on September 18, 2023. Did you scream? Perfectly understandable. Viper Tail. I would also prefer to Kadatomi release Viper Tail as a standalone Beyblade rather than having it a random booster of color variant. I know, these closing thoughts have more to do with the product line than manga, but I needed to rant about this. Alright, that has been it for this talk video, and now I am out.